Hello, hello, and welcome to the pre-training for the Live Video Marketing Challenge. I'm your host, Alex Carmelli, helping online entrepreneurs build audiences who rave about their work. And I'm psyched that you are here for the pre-training for this challenge. So the reason I've created this is because I want to make sure you are 100% set up for success when we start with day one of the video marketing challenge. And what we're going to be talking about today are essentially all of the live video myths and bad beliefs that I hear all of the times from my students and my clients. And I want to make sure that you have nothing getting in your way from just taking massive action throughout this challenge. So if you are here watching this video, comment that you're here and let me know where in the world you're watching this video from as well. And I'm going to jump in. So before I get into the meat of the content, I am going to go through a few quick need to knows and then we'll jump right into the content. So number one, make sure you have marked your calendar with our dates for days 1 all the way through days 7. So the dates for the challenge are in the description of this video. So make sure you go and mark your calendar right there, right now. And again, totally okay if you cannot be there live. I'd rather you be there live, but if you have to catch the replays, I'll be sending you those replays out as well. So make sure you mark your calendars for the live challenge trainings. But also I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to upgrade to the VIP challenge experience while you still can. So essentially I created this experience. It's a $27 experience where I'm going to be personally helping you implement all of the content from the challenge, everything about live video marketing through this experience. So when you join, you are going to gain access to 2 live hot seats, which are essentially 2 coaching sessions with me and the other VIP experience members on Zoom. And while you're on this call, you get to unmute, ask any and all questions related to the content, live video marketing, building your online business, selling online, and really anything that's keeping you stuck. Because my goal is when you leave these 2 sessions, you have absolute rock solid clarity on what your next steps are going to be in order for you to, increase your impact, increase your income and impact as quickly as possible at the end of this challenge. So those are the first things you're going to get. Those are, I think, the most value. I'm going to help you in real time in those 2 coaching sessions, but I'm also giving you lifetime access to all of the challenge content, which goes away after the 7 days for non-VIP members. And you'll get lifetime access to that content so you can watch it again and again and again. I'm also throwing in my signature system for building a profitable online presence in 2021. So it's literally like $700 worth of value for $27, which is like a drop in the bucket if you're serious about building online. But anyway, the link is to sign up in the link to sign up in the description of this video. So I do hope you join us, and I'm excited to see everyone who's already signed up. All right, so quick intro to me. For those of you who have not met me, my name is Alex. I know a lot of you do know me, so I'll keep this short and sweet, but my name is Alex, and I specialize in helping online entrepreneurs from all over the world build audiences who rave about their work. And I do this mainly through organic Facebook marketing strategies, so no paid ads, no wasted time on hours spent creating content, and through video marketing strategies. So that's what I specialize in. And I do that through my group coaching programs, my one-to-one programs, and I do it through all these fun things that I have here on the screen. So I have a picture of my digital legacy builder community that I've built to over 2,000 entrepreneurs. I do this through my books, Teach Your Ducklings to Fly, Stand in Fear, my digital legacy builder podcast. And, that's a little bit about what I do in terms of like a little bit more personal. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, and I live here with my husky puppy and my partner. You can see my little puppy on the screen, and I love it. I've been, full-time working in my business for almost 2 years now, and I've never looked back, and I absolutely love working with online entrepreneurs. So excited to have you here. All right, let's jump in. let's dive into the 5 biggest live video marketing myths that keep entrepreneurs stuck. And we're going to bust those right now. And like I said, these come from working with hundreds of students, 500 plus at this point, who are looking to captivate, connect, and convert their audience. And I just wanted to just do a little humble brag of one of my students first. So Courtney here did a live in a group with over 700. And, before the challenge, she was terrified to be seen on camera. And, after she did this live, she shot me this message and was just so excited about the progress that, she made and generated multiple leads for her business after being able to do this live when she felt like it wasn't even possible before. So I hope that inspires you and that you're excited for the challenge. All right. So 5 myths and 5 objections that I see all the time. So number 1, my audience is too small. Number 2, am I really qualified enough to get on live and talk about this topic? Number 3, I am not someone who's good with tech. Am I going to be okay to go live? Number 4, there's not enough time in my day to go live. Number 5, I'm not attractive enough or presentable enough to be on camera. Or the classic thing is I'm not camera ready. I don't have my full makeup, my full hair, outfit, all of that. So which of these objections are really resonating with you? Let me know. Comment number 1 if it's that your audience is too small. 2, if you're not feeling qualified enough. 3, if you feel like you're not good with tech. 4, if there's not enough time in your day. Or 5, you don't feel camera ready. So let me know which one. I'm really curious to hear that. And if there's any that I missed, put those in the comments too, because I will go back and respond. Okay. And the reason that I always start with this training is because success truly does start and end in your mind. And here's the thing. You could have all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all of the experience, but if you have this little voice in your head telling you, I'm not good at tech, I don't have enough time, my audience is too small, all of these bad beliefs that are getting in the way of your action taking, it's not going to matter how amazing you are. And so I want to bust through all these beliefs so that you can have that type of success, because I'm about to give you some of the most incredible content on how to start building your audience through live video, but none of it's going to matter if you're too much in your head and you're not going to take action. So if you are committed to taking action, you are committed to shutting off those little voices in your head telling you all of these reasons why it's not a good idea to start using live, comment action so that I know you are committed. All right, now let's start busting these. So objection number 1, my audience is too small. So I want to share a personal story of a client that I worked with for this. And essentially when I started working with this client, she was trying to grow her Facebook group. And when I first started working with her, she had, I think, 5 or 6 people in the Facebook group. And she just kept telling me, I can't go live. There's only 5 people in the group. Why am I going to go live? And right away for me, I'm like, that's the worst mindset to have. When you start saying, I only have X or I only have this, from feeling like you don't have enough of something, right? That lack of abundance mindset, I want you to switch that, right? And so what we started to do is, number 1, we shifted her language. And instead of saying, I only have X people, we started to say, I have the opportunity to impact 5 to 6 people every day and make a difference in their lives. And she started going live, creating incredible videos, incredible content. And as her 5 quote unquote insignificant people started watching, they started inviting other people to her Facebook group. And at this point now, she is close to over the last few months of working with me, close to 300 free leads generated from her Facebook group, from these videos in combo with other things. But it's that mindset that I want you to take away is your audience isn't too small. You want to make sure you are, yes, growing it, but it's never going to happen if you don't start somewhere. So every single person is an opportunity to impact, because when one person's impacted, it spirals and there's this incredible momentum that ends up happening. And On the flip side, I'll give another example. I have worked with people who have come to me with very, very large audiences and have made $0. So for example, I worked with someone who had a Facebook group of close to 200,000 people and has made no money from it because they just didn't know how to create content that was going to take people on a journey and ultimately convert. And so this Facebook group had $0 in sales. And so, the answer is not always to bring in more and more leads. It's knowing exactly how to show up and impact on a deep level, right? You want to have the right people in front of you. So I hope at this point now you're convinced you have to start somewhere. Never devalue however many people you are starting with, and more people does not necessarily equal more money or more impact. All right, that is objection number 1. All right, objection number 2. This one I hear a lot also. Am I qualified enough to be sharing live on whatever topic that you're an expert on, or whatever topic you want to share on? And this is when our imposter syndrome and inner critic, those little voices, start telling us that we need more education, we need more knowledge, more information, more years of experience before we ever actually take any type of action. And so I have this fun test called the Tony Robbins test. And this I kind of invented for myself when I first started creating content. And I'll use myself as an example. So let's say I was going to go up to Tony Robbins and I was going to be like, hey, Tony, can I show you how to use live video to grow your business? He'd be like, what? What do you know? You've been in business like a little over 2 years and, been doing live video for 2 years and sure, you've grown a great business, but I'm miles ahead of you. What? And so that's the Tony Robbins test, is when you are going live for your audience or when you're creating content, you're not trying to create content for Tony Robbins. Your goal is to know how to look behind you and to know how to see who is 5, 6, 7 steps behind you. Because I'm not going to be the one to teach Tony Robbins about live video. I know who I need to be targeting, but I can teach the online entrepreneurs who have never touched it before, who are afraid of being on camera, who have an audience but don't know how to monetize with video yet. So those are the people that I can help. I'm not going to be able to help someone like Tony. So the point of that is that you're not helping everyone. It's knowing exactly who you are trying to help and being able to look behind you and say, hey, this is who my person is, not this person. So that's the Tony Robbins test. I hope you love it. Comment below. Let me know if that resonates with you. But the other thing that I want to make, the other point I want to make on this is a lot of times when we don't feel qualified or we have that imposter syndrome that starts to come to life or talk to us, it's easy to just brush it away and blow it off. But sometimes it's a signal that we need to look a little bit deeper and understand why we are getting that imposter syndrome coming up. And a lot of times when I ask my clients or students hey, well, why are you qualified to talk on this topic? Why is it that you are the expert on this topic? And they have a lot of trouble verbalizing what their tangible results are, how many hours they've spent studying the content, how many people they've worked with, how many hours they've spent coaching on this topic, and so on and so forth. So take it as a sign. If you feel unqualified and you can't verbalize why you are the person with very specific details, why you're the person to talk on this topic in a compelling way, it's that sign that you need to dig deeper and figure out and get that clarity for yourself if you do have the experience, or maybe you do need to get a little bit more experience. So for me, I feel super comfortable teaching about live video because I've taught 500 plus students about live video marketing and have gotten incredible results from them. People who are growing their Facebook groups, people who are attracting new leads, etc. Right? And I've personally gone live 500 plus times and I've been able to grow my business significantly from it. So, I can verbalize that. That's why I feel okay with it. But before that, if I was brand new, my imposter syndrome would have been flaring up. All right, so that is objection number 2. Am I qualified enough to be sharing on that live topic, on that specific topic? So Tony Robbins test, and make sure you can verbalize those results in a tangible way. Okay, love this next one. Objection number 3, I am not someone who is good with tech. So I'm going to be totally honest and transparent. I am a very transparent person and will always give it to you real. When I first started going live, I was literally sitting on my couch with a cracked iPhone screen doing like Instagram videos and stories, or Instagram live and Instagram stories. That was my first taste of video marketing. And later in this course, I actually have some pictures of me sitting on this couch with my cracked iPhone screen. But I think when you're someone who's really worried about it, let's talk about what you actually need. Because the basics are, you need some sort of camera, right? With your computer or with your phone. You need to have just a way for people to hear you. And usually your camera or usually your laptop or your phone already has that built in. And you need a social media profile. That's it. So usually whatever device you're using for social media and your social profile, that's really all you need. And I think that the reason that we feel like, or I, at least for me, the reason I used to feel like I needed all of this stuff was because like I was afraid to go live. And so I was like, well, I don't have a microphone and I don't have the right headphones and my background it doesn't look good enough. And I made all of these excuses when in fact, the substance of your words, your message, your teachings are going to be way more powerful than any type of superficial thing. And so now at this point, I've got a microphone, I've got multiple screens, I've got my ring lights, got my whiteboard, and like that's evolved over time. But again, I started sitting on my couch with a cracked iPhone screen and that worked. So don't overcomplicate this in any way. All right, next. There's not enough time in my day. I hear this all the time, and I'll be totally transparent with you. I literally used to take like 2 to 3 hours to like go live. I'm not even exaggerating. I would like take an hour to figure out like what I want to talk about. And then I would take the time to write out the script, and then I would practice, and I'd get super freaking nervous. And then I'd go live, and then I'd be anxious after. So like it sucked up so much time that was just so unnecessary that should have been going toward other things. So I really want to make sure that I walk you through like what this will look like through the process. So I'm going to teach you this later in the course, but you're going to use my highly converting live video script. When you fill out that script, it should take maybe 10 to 15 minutes. You'll do one run through of the script if you feel like you need it, and that's maybe another 10 minutes. And then you go live, and the videos I'm going to be teaching you are, you going live for a teaching video for, maybe 10 minutes a day. That could be shorter or longer depending on the topic that you're teaching. But on average, my clients and students are spending 20 to 45 minutes from the prep all the way to hosting. And so most of us in 1 week, most of us have 20 to 45 minutes once a week to go live at worst case scenario. So let me know in the comments if you feel like that is very doable. And it's the overthinking that takes up so much time. And what I hope you start to discover through this 7-day course is that when you know exactly who you're targeting, and when you feel like you are just sitting across from your target market, I like to call your target market your dream audience member. When you feel like you're sitting across from the person that you want to be serving, it becomes much easier and more relaxed when you are going live. So for me right now, I'm picturing all of the students or one particular student that I've worked with many times before that, I can imagine sitting across from me in a coffee shop, and I can think, all right, how would this person need me to show up? What topics do they need? What kind of examples would really benefit them? I like to call this the coffee shop effect, where you have that really natural, casual way that you're speaking to them on live, that environment you're creating. But, not having enough time is, usually a product of, number one, not making the time a lot of times, but also overthinking, not truly understanding what your audience needs, and overcomplicating this process. So you just have to start, and I'm going to give you all the tools to create this script. Okay. Next, objection number 5. This is our last objection, and that is I'm not attractive enough or presentable enough to be on camera. And this picture here of me, it's not like a terrible picture, but basically when I went live for my Digital Legacy Builder community, this community of over 2,000 entrepreneurs, I went live to talk about a boot camp I was doing. And I was walking in the park, while I was going live, and I posted the video right after I went live. I go home, I look at the video, and I'm like, oh my God, like I have all these like flyaway hairs, like my mask is on, like this is just like not the best I've ever looked. But this video ended up getting me like 20 plus signups to my boot camp, and nobody cared. It did not matter. And the thing I always like to tell myself and remember is that the substance of your words and your message is always going to win out over anything superficial. So always ask yourself, like, what transformational lesson or message is it that your audience needs to hear, regardless of what you look like or sound like, any of those superficial things. And the thing is, like, I have been a part of lives, like very, very beautiful looking lives, where the person's like hair is done really nicely. They have a fire outfit, makeup done, amazing background, great sound. And I joined, I'm like, wow, this looks really great and professional. And the training sucks. Like, I'm like, this doesn't help me at all. Like, it's great that you look so good, but this hasn't helped me in any way. And so again, it doesn't matter how you look and sound if you don't have the substance, if your content isn't good. Okay. Last thing I'll say on this is, people want to see the imperfections, I think. At least when I say people, I mean myself. Like, I really appreciate vulnerability in the creators and in the coaches and consultants that I follow. And, I think there's this stigma on social media where people need to look perfect. They have to be camera ready, makeup done, hair done. They have to look a certain way, sound a certain way. And I just think that's BS. Like, I think people want to see that you're an actual human being, and that's going to resonate deeply, I think, with others. So get caught up and be laser focused on creating incredible content and less focused on all of the other kind of superficial things. And remember who in your audience needs you to show up that day. So I hope that helps. All right, so now that we've gone through the 5 biggest live video myths and objections that keep entrepreneurs stuck, I would love to know. Comment in the comments of this video. Let me know what's been your biggest takeaway so far. Let me know, and I'd love to read through those. And drop any questions that you might have as well. And now that we've finished, I am going to give you your first homework assignment. And what I would love for you to do is I would love for you to go live in our 7-day live video marketing challenge private Facebook community. And I want you to go live and answer these 2 questions. And I want you to go live right now. Don't push this off till later. Go live right now. I don't care what you look like. I don't care where you are. Go live, and remember that done is better than perfect. So the 2 questions you're answering are, number 1, tell us a little bit about you and why you decided to join the challenge. And number 2, what is one thing most people don't know about you? What's kind of like a fun fact that people don't know about you in this challenge, or maybe they wouldn't have guessed? All right, so one thing I want to emphasize is only the brave are going to go first for this. Don't wait for anyone else to go first. Take action right away, because if not here, if not right now, when are you going to do this? So I want to be here to support you. I want to be here to encourage you. And I'm really looking forward to seeing your videos. All right, see you for day 1.